Good evening, Dark Horse Nation. I hope you guys are having a great start to the new year. Here it is, January the 7th already. And as I predicted, the year is getting off to a crazy start. So if depending on how things go the next several months, 2026 may go down in the history books. So I don't think anyone had any idea after the first of the year that the United States would take a military team into Venezuela and the proper term, I mean, I don't know how you explain it. They were taken from their home and brought back to the United States. My thought process is, yes, we do need to protect our borders. We do need to be a dominant power in this part of the world. But has anyone asked themselves, when does something go too far? Even though he was the president of his country, no matter what we think of him as an individual or his wife, they were still in power. And my thought process has always been, if a country has an issue with those in power, then those people need to stand up and make their own regime change. The only thing that I can see we have done is open a Pandora's box for the entire world to dabble in. And the reason I say that, now that the United States, who is supposed to be a role model for everyone else, is now saying to the world it's okay just to go into another country and kidnap a president, his wife, bring them back to their own country for prosecution. So I am sure that other countries are now saying, well, guess what? If the United States can do that, then it's going to be okay for us, i.e. China, i.e. Russia. Anyone who has a gripe against our president, or anyone who has a gripe against one of our elected officials, then will they reserve the right to create their own military team, come into the United States unannounced, and kidnap a government official and take them back to their country for prosecution? That Pandora's box has been opened, and I think people need to be aware of that. This sets a very bad precedent of things that may come. I hate getting involved with politics, but you know, someone has to speak up and give a point of view. The average person does not get to give their point of view on a day-to-day basis. You know, where I get on here and I put myself out there on social media, and you know, and I expect bad comments and everything else, and I know that whatever I put on social media, it will be seen by a lot of individuals, and that even including the government. But I think what I say is a major concern to all of us here in America. We have opened the door for other countries to duplicate exactly what the United States has done in Venezuela. So, you know, we as a nation need to take care of the United States. We need to take care of our corrupt cities. We need to take care of an infrastructure that is basically obsolete. Our highways are terrible. Our bridges are worn out, outdated. And some of our cities, guys, are worse than third world nations. You know, as I watched the video of them taking the president of Venezuela. Hey guys, Venezuela back from the courthouse back to Brooklyn, and the aerial view they showed, street view, aerial view, that is one horrendous looking city. And I'm thinking, you know, why does it look that bad? Yeah, New York at night, you have the skyline, you have the pretty lights and everything else. Yeah, and that's mostly what tourists see. Get outside of that and you see the absolute ugliness of an unkempt city. Those are things that we should be taking care of. Now, I don't know if anyone else has thought about this. Now that we have went into Venezuela, I'm sure China, are thinking seriously now that, you know what, it would be okay if we go into Taiwan. That book has been opened. The U.S. is stopping oil tankers. One that was bearing a Russian flag. Guys, if we do not tread softly, this could very well be the year that World War III will be triggered. Could very well be, and that's something we all need to keep in the back of our minds. Yeah, you never know day by day what the world will be like tomorrow when we get up to start our day. And it's sad that we have to feel that way. I was hoping that 26 would be different. Maybe we could start moving towards global peace. But with the events of the last several days, realistically, it's not going to happen. So, hey, how you doing?
Good. Get walking.
I hear you. So with that being said, guys, I think this year is going to be it's going to be challenging. It's going to be interesting to see what the next chapter will be in the next month or two after the events of this past week. I hope it all works out. Yeah, as far as Venezuela's oil infrastructure goes, guys, you're talking about billions of dollars of investment. The U.S. has not even put that kind of money into its own infrastructure. Just something to think about is what the real motives were for that operation. But anyway, guys, it's been a beautiful day. We got at least 72 degrees here. It's nice. I'm going to enjoy it while I can. I'm going to sit out this evening and watch the sunset, as I always try to do when the weather permits. I just want to share some of my thoughts with all you guys. You know, all you guys across the world. This is not just a U.S. thing. I mean, how do we feel across the entire globe? Because, you know, until we can have global unity, global peace, come together as a planet of people, and then start taking care of all the things that are bad in this world, then the future will never take place as far as a united nation of humanity. And it's sad. You would think by now that we'd be at the point to where we could do better, you know? There's no need for the fighting. There's no need for us to be where we are at. It doesn't make sense. But guys, I hope you all have a blessed, safe week. Let's hope next week or two something positive transpires. Let's hope that the situation within the political arena gets no worse amongst the rest of the world. Because we need to think that, you know, their children have a viable future ahead of them. And the choices that governments make now will determine that future. Alright guys, I'm going to get over here. I guess I've ran off the mouth enough for one day. I'll show you guys some of the setting sun. It's not as pretty as it could be, but it's still the setting sun, which means another day went by uneventful for some of us. There were others in the world today who were not as fortunate. So guys, that being said, I'm gonna get over here. Y'all have a great night. Have a great, safe week. Dark Horse Nation, what do we say? Damn. That's good. Alright, y'all. I'll catch you guys later. Please like, subscribe. Guys, it's free. Y'all take care. And I'll catch you again soon.